Well, good morning, Bible Fellowship leaders. I'm en route to a ministry meeting right now, so I'm stopping to do my leadership lifter. It's Friday morning, and just wanted to encourage you today on a couple of things. First of all, some logistical stuff. For the next 3 weeks, we really need all of our Bible Fellowship leaders to promote our missions budget that we presented this past Sunday in our service, and encourage every single person, if they were not here last week, to go back to First North Facebook page and to watch last week's sermon time where we had the missionaries from our church. It was incredible. Share about how they were serving the Lord and how through the missions of our church, they were connected to spreading the gospel literally around the world. It was an incredible time of testimony and excitement, all from our church. It was just really incredible. But we know that not everybody got to see that. So would you please plug that? Let your people know that. Hey, be involved and make your commitment to the missions. As a part of that, there was a card that we gave out last week. There's also going to be a card this week, the next 2 weeks as well, where people can make their missions pledges. And our pledges, hopefully we will raise pledges up to $230,000, I think is what it is, of money sharing the gospel around the world in so many different ways. You can pick up a copy of our missions budget out in the foyer, and please tell your people that. So please promote that. Just because you were here or because most of your people were here, not everybody was. Secondly, I wanted to encourage you, this Sunday night is our leadership meeting, 5 p.m. I'll have donuts. We'll have, I think we'll have coffee. And I just want to encourage you to be here and get your team here, because team meetings are really the most important part of what happens at our leadership meetings on monthly. Finally, as you teach, for those of you that are teachers, I want to encourage you to look at a resource. Last year we had John Andrews come to our church, and many of you know who John Andrews is. If you don't, just shoot me an email and I'll make sure you know who that is. But John Andrews shared about his book, Utterly Amazed. Okay, and you can buy that book or you can get it online. I would encourage you to get it, to read it. There's so many good illustrations of how God is using the ministry of impact to literally reach the world for Christ. In chapter 18 of the book, Utterly Amazed, there's a story about Wong Hao. Okay, I talked to John yesterday. He reminded me where it was. I knew it was in there, but I didn't remember what the name was of the gentleman that he told the story about. But there's a story about his rejection of Jesus all the way up to a certain point when he accepted Christ, and why he rejected Jesus even after he understood, and our missionaries had kind of poured into him, and John had spent time sharing the gospel, and his rejection, his fear of accepting Christ was because of something very personal. And I would encourage you to go look up chapter 18, read that, and use it as an illustration in your Bible Fellowship lesson this week as we talk about how the Pharisees and how different people rejected Jesus, and how Jesus, of course, shared the gospel and used their arguments against them and ultimately ended up sharing who he was. But I just wanted to share that illustration with you. Utterly Amazed, chapter 18, Wong Hao. That might work for one of your illustrations in your lesson. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you Sunday, especially Sunday night. See you guys.